Of course, you don't need to be told that it's bystanders again at the newsstand. Keeping it real with you, it's Michael Adekunle. On Saturday edition of this program, we have three journals here. We have the Punch, the Vanguard, and the Saturday New Telegraph. I'm talking about Saturday edition of bystanders at newsstand. It's going to be very, very interesting right here at Ogba Newsstand. Quickly to what we have on today's dailies. We have what is saying something very significant and important here. What is the president saying? He's saying that he wasn't happy congratulating Godwin Obaseki on the victory or over the victory of the September 19 poll. I wasn't happy congratulating Obaseki, says President Muhammadu Buhari. Moving on to the rider of the paper, vows to enthrone democratic culture in Nigeria. I will never dump PDP, says Edo Governor, that's Godwin Obaseki. He is saying that he will never abandon or dump PDP. Quickly to another story here. Oshomole's bad politics cost APC Edo. Oshomole's bad politics cost APC Edo. That's what the ex-deputy national chairman not is saying here. Oshomole's bad politics cost APC Edo. Fuel price, power tariff hikes. We have NLC TUC mobilizing workers for Monday strike. Budgets, federal government moves, return of cash management. Quickly to what Sanwo-Olu is saying here. Sanwo-Olu flags off construction of 250 roads, power projects across 377 wards. Sanwo-Olu flags off construction of 250 roads, power projects across 377 wards. Why Nigerians have difficulties renewing passports in Germany? You can see this one on the page 29 of the New Telegraph newspaper. Quickly to insecurity in Ondo State. We have INEC security agencies under pressure to scuttle people's will, says Wike. INEC security agencies under pressure to scuttle people's will in Ondo State. Of course, we all know that Ondo poll, I'm talking about the gubernatorial poll in Ondo State, will be taking place come October 10. We have petrol electricity tariff hikes. Labour adamant as federal government obtains fresh order to stop hike. Cuts to shut down as judiciary workers. Others back strike. Aviation unions to down tools. Flights to be disrupted. 1.3 trillion naira spent on electricity subsidy in 2 years, says Oshibajo. On the poll, Akeredolu's aide kicks as Wike says incumbency won't work. Wow. Of course, Governor Wike of the Rivers State played a vital role in the September 19 poll, talking about the election that just took place in Edo State. He played a very vital role in the state. On the poll, Akeredolu aide kicks as Wike says incumbency won't work in Edo State. Quickly to other stories on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, talking about the Saturday Vanguard. We have APC mounting pressure on INEC security agencies to compromise Ondo governorship poll, says Wike. Ondo not Rivers. Akeredolu replies Wike. APC assures on fair victory. We have North looks towards Jonathan 2023. North looks towards Jonathan. We have police tell IPOB to steer clear of Ebonyi State over sit-at-home call. Police telling IPOB to steer clear over Ebonyi State's sit-at-home call. We still have other stories here talking about the president of this country, Muhammadu Buhari, saying that he's taking responsibility for APC loss in Edo State. Buhari, I take responsibility for APC loss in Edo State. Says he's directed IGP to ensure election was free, fair. Tells Obaseki, I congratulate you reluctantly. That's what Buhari is telling Obaseki. Obaseki, I congratulate you reluctantly. it will be immoral for me to dump PDP, says Godwin Obaseki. We have our viewers here set to express their views, set to analyze what we have on these three journals. Let's quickly join them. I'll be right back.
Ijesha Land Foundation for Entrepreneurial and Leadership Development presents 3rd Dr. Lawrence Omole Annual Lecture Series. Theme: Entrepreneurship as a Tool for Community and National Development. Guest speaker: former Finance Minister Olusegun Aganga, Chairman Marina Express Train Services. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this year's edition will take place via Zoom on Saturday, October 10, 2020. Time 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. The 3rd Dr. Lawrence Omole Annual Lecture is dedicated to the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor E.A. Adeboye Obokunagbewaran. Announcer: Tony Barola, Chairman Planning Committee, Ijesha Land Foundation for Entrepreneurial and Leadership Development.
The statement credited to Mr. President, I saw what Obaseki said while he addressed State House correspondence after he met with Mr. President. That Mr. President said he reluctantly congratulated him. For me, it's not unexpected from Mr. President. And I don't see anything wrong with that. Because by our standard, Mr. President had a political party and had a candidate in that election. And for any politician, whether in Nigeria, in America, in Britain, anywhere, it is of your interest that your political party, your candidate, wins an election in any jurisdiction. So for me, there's nothing wrong in what Mr. President said. It's unexpected, and he went further to congratulate him because he have seen that the election was free, fair, and credible. Sorry. And that if we continue seeing credible elections, it will enhance the growth of our democracy. Okay. So some persons may be reading meaning into it, but for me, you have not done anything wrong by feeling reluctant to congratulate the Edo State government. And if he eventually congratulated him, it's as a result of statesmanship, going by the tenets of the Constitution. There is no law restricting you to a particular political party. Whether you win from in the platform, you want to defect to another platform, there is no law that mandates you that you must not defect. The only persons that have that restriction to an extent, which even the authorities have not been able to enforce, is the legislators. Be that as it may, if he decides that he's not comfortable with the PDP and want to move to APC or any other political party for that matter, I don't think there's any constitution restricting him. But having said that, he himself has said that it will be immoral for him to dump PDP for APC. Considering the fact that when he was chased out of APC unceremoniously, that PDP provided umbrella for him. So to that extent, I don't see him defecting. Then I don't know whether you're interested in this issue of fuel hike, electricity tariff that has made headlines all these days. Mr. Mark, you see, it's unfortunate that we have found ourselves in this situation. It's a quagmire. But you see, federal government, instead of engaging labor constructively and having the interest of the masses at heart, they are running to the court to obtain an injunction, which they have actually obtained. They went to National Industrial Court to obtain injunction restricting TUC, NSC from going ahead with the protest and strike, pending on the determination of the motion on notice. Now, Labour is now saying irrespective of the court order that they are going ahead with the protest and strike. I now ask myself, The same federal government that used to choose and pick which court order to obey when it pleases them. It is the same government that is running to court to obtain an injunction against a perceived action of labor. Ordinarily, personally, I as a law-abiding citizen and somebody who preaches rule of law, I would have advised labor to adhere to that court order and wait until they vacate that injunction. The labor leaders are claiming that they have not been served as such, that the order is not yet binding on them. Having said that, I still take exception with the collusion of state governors through state governors forum with the federal government, telling labourers to shed the strike and allow for more negotiations. In as much as I agree that more negotiations should be done, I take exception with position of the state governors, because there are people who have pecuniary interests, because they in cahoots with federal government share the resources of this federation. Because any money you are freeing as a result of fuel subsidy removal, as a result of a tariff of PMS, it is going back to the federation account, and the federal government, state and local government will go to Abuja and share it. That best explains the reason all the state government they are unison in support of federal government to ensure that they remove that subsidy. And this subsidy removal, for me, if you want to remove subsidy, importation driven deregulation is not sustainable and it's not healthy for a democracy. It's not healthy for a petroleum industry, because you cannot be exporting crude, you import refined products, and you want us to continue in that manner. If you want to deregulate, the issue is make our refineries to start working at utmost capacity. All the 4 refineries you have, let it be functional.
After all, the president promised to fix it.
Now, I agree with you, they promised to fix it, but they have not done anything in that regard. If we have all these refineries functional, and what they are refining is not able to cater for our local consumption, we cannot import to meet up the gap. Especially where we are not refining. You take the crude outside, you refine there, you add both the cost of bringing it back and all that, you are bringing more hardship on the people. Now, looking at the tariff increase in electricity, both the NEC, federal government, distribution company, they are all culpable in this issue. Why not you meter every consumer before you talk about this cost reflecting tariff? We are talking about cost reflecting tariff. You are not looking at a situation where a consumer is being made to pay by disco what he may not have consumed. They will come, they say they are doing estimated billing. On what basis? What I think government should have done if they had the interest of masses at heart is through NEC, the Electricity Regulatory Commission, they should compare these discos to meter every consumer before you go about this cost reflecting tariff. Because you can, discos, they are private business people. This sector have partially been deregulated. You as a private business person, you know the implication of going into business. By the time you now force me to pay estimated billing, what is the guarantee that what I'm paying is what I'm consuming? I was privileged to go to a distribution company's office when they have an issue. They told us that if you go to every transformer, you see a meter attached to it. And they told us that what they do is, at the end of every month, they take readings from each and every of those transformers and those meters. They now distribute it across board to everybody that is feeding from that transformer. So in a nutshell, some people may be paying for other people. Thank you very much.
Repeat what you said.
I say, whenever you call me Mr. Okpara, then add it, the new Okokondem, the new Okokondem of Second Republic of Biafra. Okokondem.
My boss, Okokondem.
The new Okokondem.
It's good to have you on this time, man.
Okokondem.
Yeah, the new Okokondem.
That's a very nice name. That's a very nice title.
Yeah.
Okay, quickly to what we have, that the president is saying right here on the front page of Saturday New Telegraph. The president said he felt reluctant congratulating Godwin Obaseki on his victory. Now, what does that signify?
No, Mike, you see, I like when somebody said the truth. I back that person up.
Of course, people said something. They said Buhari is not a kind of president or kind of person they expected to have congratulated an opposition, that he has never done it.
Yes.
That was the first time of doing it. And it was the presidency that said it, that Buhari congratulated Obaseki. We didn't see Buhari congratulating, having a handshake
to Obaseki, or wrote a letter to Obaseki, a letter of congratulation, or sent delegates. We haven't seen that. Yes, the presidency of Nigeria said Buhari congratulated Obaseki. Now, the so-called Buhari came out and said, I did not congratulate Obaseki.
No, he said he felt reluctant.
He felt reluctant, or he wasn't happy to congratulate Obaseki, which means he did it, but out of conscience. He did it maybe on duress, where nobody is pursuing him.
Because he felt the election was peaceful, credible enough for what?
And remember, I told you that INEC made the very first mistake of conducting this type of election. They always conduct criminal election, but this one they conducted a credible election. Yeah. It was a mistake.
You've always said that. Yeah.
Yes. You know, Mr. President Buhari now said he wasn't happy of congratulating Obaseki. Yes, he said right. He said the truth. This one not that he said the truth, not a deceive. That's what I'm saying. Because APC and the Buhari and the presidency, all of them know that failure to capture Edo is the beginning of dismantle of APC in Nigeria. It's the beginning of dismantling of APC. They know the after effect. Now, he or any whosoever among them have to do congratulations or whatever, because there's no way they can hide. No place for them to can hide that they did not lose. There's no way for rigging. Although there's a manipulation. Tell me how person who won 14 local governments will win around 300 and something thousand, and person who won only 4 winning 200 and something thousand. If you watch the margin and the gap of the state, the local government, and the gap of the result, you know that's a manipulation on APC result. There's an addition. Watch, share the ratio. They're supposed not to reach to come even up to 100,000. There's a manipulation. There's addition in their own result. Okay. Now, if you watch Mr. President have now start blaming INEC. I'm telling you honestly, you know why they come now to begin to shout against Edo? They want now to rig Ondo. Watch what will happen in Ondo. That mistake INEC do in Edo State, INEC will never repeat that mistake in Ondo. You go back to his normal structure, their normal structure of criminal election. Then we go back. What happened in Ondo?
In Edo State.
Watch what happened in Ondo. I'm telling you honestly, if care is not taken, PDP may not get up to 10% in Ondo. They will rig it. People will vote, but APC will manipulate it. And as they are manipulating it, they are happy as all of us are suffering. Advanced poverty continuation. That's what APC means to we Nigerians now. You understand? Advanced poverty continuation. APC. But there's nothing we can do because we ask for it. God give it unto us.
And don't you think Oshomole's bad politics cost APC Edo State?
Yes. God to tell Moses, go and tell Pharaoh to let my people go. But I will harden his heart so that I will take glory over Pharaoh. God deliberately hardened the heart of Oshomole so that he will lose out in Edo, lose out in federal, lose out in party. Yes. God want to honor Obaseki. Therefore, God have to handle the health of Oshimole. Instead of Easy Yamu to be campaigning, to be fighting Obaseki, it was Oshimole fighting. And because of Oshimole influence, Edo people, whether they want to come out only 50%, they come out 100%.
Now, quickly, away from that, we have NLC, TUC mobilizing workers for Monday strike.
I see, look at NLC and other groups as a jokers. I will not tell you that. I look them as people who don't know where they start falling them. And they will never know where they stop beating them. Can you tell me that half of Labour or these people that are trying to protest now, can you tell me that half of them are not members of APC? Can you tell me that half of them are not members of APC? Can you tell them in 2015 and 2019, they did not vote for Buhari, they did not vote for APC? Why are they clamoring now? Why are they shouting now? Most of them are still going to APC meetings, telling them what is happening in their group about how the strike will be. Most of them are going APC meetings. They should not. They should bury their head under the arches of shame.
Does it mean we don't have credible or formidable NLC?
Credible or formidable NLC. Most of them, their party, they belong to matter to them more than what they want to do. They don't do all this informality. The new Okokodam of Biafra, is telling you this thing. Go, watch out, make a search. Most of them are hypocrites. Most of them are still pali with the government they are condemning.
Would you be coming out to protest?
I'm not an NLC.
You're a worker. You're a Nigerian.
Look, Mark.
Are you comfortable with the fuel hike?
I'm not comfortable with the fuel, Mark. I'm not comfortable. But there's something I can do because I am handicapped already. My hands are tied already. One, they ask me, am I not a Nigerian? I'm not a Nigerian, but I found myself in Nigeria. Sheikh Shagari said, 2019, when he was alive, when I saw him as a president, or as a doing campaign, Sheikh Shagari said, I like Sheikh Shagari. First of all, I am a Muslim, a Fulani, but I happen to find myself in Nigeria. Sheikh Shagari said so.
And how did you find yourself in Nigeria?
Yes, I'm a teacher of people. I'm an indigenous people man. I find myself in Nigeria by the manipulation of British. People have existed before Nigeria. Biafrans have existed before Nigeria. Oduduwas have existed before Nigerians. Ariwa have existed before Nigerians. But it was by the don't be stealing greediness of Queen of England. Not to Queen Elizabeth signed Nigeria. It was Queen Victoria, the grandmother of Queen Elizabeth, who used Royal Niger chart to unite Nigeria together under George Gregory. When George Gregory employed Lord Lugard to be a guide to his trade against Germany and France, Lord Lugard was retired colonel, a criminal colonel, retired. This man employed him as a machinery to guide his merchandise against France invasion and the German. So he tried to manipulate things. Queen saw it and we are happy. And when all of them come to all the whole trade, British Trade Union marketers come together in Nigeria, they form one name, USC. Then Queen came and changed them, give them royal chart and call them Royal Niger Company. From there they bring Niger together. First Oduduwa, first Biafra, first Ariwa together for their own selfish interest. That is why I told you, it happened to be, I found myself in this geographical location called Nigeria. I'm not a Nigerian by birth.
Okpara is now the new Okokondem.
Okpara can never step into Okokondem's shoe.
What did you say?
Okpara is not fitted into there. Ordinary 5 million naira, this guy is going to deviate. He's going to back down from following Biafra. Okokondem is more serious than Okpara, who is Okpara to step into the throne. Okpara is just making a statement.
Which means he's just blabbing or what?
He's just blabbing now, seriously.
What right to have it?
Okpara cannot step into Okokondem's throne. Okpara is trying to tell you that he can do small as a mortal man, as an admirer, as a follower of Okokondem. Okpara, he can't be like Okokondem now.
Okpara, he said if you are giving 5 million naira,
Okpara will back down.
you back out.
You see,
You back out of the struggle.
you see, I mean, you see recording it. I want you to record it. You see, I look at Raf as a chaff.
Raf as a chap.
As a chaff.
I will accept that money, but I will still be in
Then
Biafra.
you are Judas.
Abroad.
Then you say you are Judas.
What did you say? What did you say now?
Listen, let us be
What did you say?
truthful here.
What did you say?
Okpara,
You said you collect.
I will collect. Okpara said
5
he
million
will
naira.
collect and back down. I said I will collect 50 million and escape to Australia or Europe and start heaping fire on Nigeria. Because that money belongs to me. It is our money. If APC or Nigeria, federal government of Nigeria give me money to buy down on Biafra, I will accept it because the money is a realization of what is coming from southern Nigeria. I'm part of that money, but I won't back down. I will go there and expose them that they have bribed me and have collected their money. And Okpara laughed it off. He said,
Now, do you see why I told you what he is? You see, the new Okokondem of the Second Republic of Biafra, we never collect 1 kobo from Nigerian government. We never collect 1 trillion from Nigerian government because the minute you collect that, you have already sold their conscience.
Exactly.
You have already sold their conscience. Obaseki collected and sold this conscience. Now the kind you don't collected, you don't sold this conscience. And I'm not following Raf Obaseki. I'm following him now the Carlo. He is following Raf Obaseki. And we end up like Raf Obaseki.
Raf has collected money, so get quiet. Raf has collected money already. Raf has collected money already.
Obaseki also is Raphael. Obaseki also bears Raphael.
Yeah, Raphael, that's the same thing. That's not the same father. They never collide. They never are the same thing. People are fraud. What is job? I have a handwork. What is handwork? What did you do for living? I have a handwork. I'm a teacher. I'm a mechanical engineer. Forget about some things fell down. I fall woefully because of the bad governance in Nigeria. Jonathan regime, if I bring my documents, I work in millions. But since 2015, everything collapsed. I start begging for food now. No company again to manufacture their spare parts. No people again request for the fabrication of machines. I just fall from eating on a breakable plate. I start eating on the ground.
All right. Thank you. So,
I say, what is living?
just calm down. Okokondem.
I am Okokondem. I stand as Okokondem. Let him take his own title. I want to give his own title, but I have to go that it's a chaff.
What title would you want to give him?
No, I will not give him again. They are fellas from Biafra. He's collecting money from Nigeria.
Is he part of the Biafra?
No.
That they will collect the money.
Raphael said it's part of Biafra.
Obaseki,
But he will collect the money and run away.
yes, Obaseki
But you
is still.
said you would
I will not
refuse the money
collect. I received the money.
and stand.
Yes,
Stand with Biafra.
Biafra. Obaseki collect the money, don't Biafra, and they still carrying Biafra flag to the United Nations. They push him away, disgrace him over there. That's the type of Biafra he is.
All right.
My own Biafra is the Biafra of Nnamdi Kanu.
He said he will collect money.
Then his own Biafra is Biafra of Obaseki, and his name is
All right,
Raphael.
give us chance, Mr. Gwanes David.
It
Review
shows
what
the
you
kind
have.
of person Raf is. If you could sell what you believe for, what you stand for, you shouldn't come here and start condemning government. It shows.
Sorry, see where I belong. Do you see it? This is where I belong.
Let me see.
Do you see it? This is where I belong. I don't belong to Ife Ajuna. I don't go with Ife Ajuna. I go with Ojukwu. I go with the Philip Effiong. That people I move with them. And this man, since he have died, he have met me and talked to me several times. This man, not to joke. He have met me since he died and talked to me.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. David, quickly to what we have on today's edition of this program.
Sorry, I was trying to say something. I said anyone that could sell what he believes or what he stands for is not what being should not be part of the struggle. At this point, I think Raf has lost it all. Raf has lost what credibility. I see. That's why people say, David, you don't believe in Biafra. Hello. You don't believe in Biafra. I don't want to be an hypocrite. Sir. It is rather I stand against Biafra. For me.
Hello, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mike Adekule. I on this note, I want to state that do we really have Nigerian Labour Congress? Do we really have trade union Congress in this country? All this body agitating for the welfare of citizens have been compromised. If NSC wanted to have protests, it shouldn't have been at this moment. Once fuel price was being increased on the 1st of September, tariff was being increased on the 1st of September. Why should it have waited for so long? Now, NSC should have hit the ground running a day, the day in which tariff was being increased. They should have shut down the economy.
Of course, you know, there should be a notice.
Before that. This government will not listen to notice. Okay, now, at the last week, there was a round table between the federal government and the NSC. What was the outcome? The meeting that was being held ended in what? In deadlock. So Nigerian government said they can no longer pay for subsidy. That was why they had to increase increase the pump price. So Nigerian governments are insensitive to like listen to the cry of the masses. We do have labours, they have been compromised. You shouldn't have waited for so long. Now, did you know that yesterday the same federal government sponsored photos of group now just to get a verdict in the court. Industrial court said that any protest will be declared illegal, and they said anyone that should partake in the so-called protest should be arrested and do what and dealt with. It shows even the judiciary, they are also working hand in hand with the federal government. So, Mr. Mike, I see no reason why Nigerian Labour wants to sit on the round table with the federal government, who are the one sponsoring judiciary. So see, on this note, there can be no effective protest come September 28th. Even our so-called labours are they not being compromised? They are. Why would federal government go to what industrial court and then obtain injunction from the court just to stop the protest? And then what again? And then see our courts permitted that. So who is fooling who? All truths be told. The president is acting on two capacities. One is will be acting as the president of the country. I think he's the leader of everybody now. And then again, he happens to be a APC card carrying member. So you will not expect him. His party has lost elections. He cannot congratulate the opposition party. And then again, he will congratulate Obaseki because he is also the number one person of the country. So he is saying it on two sides. He is acting as he is the president, and then you need to congratulate him. And then also he is also a card carrying member of what APC. So on that note, he is not expected to congratulate Obaseki because his own party did not win. But he is the father of all nations. So that is why he needs to congratulate Obaseki. That was why he had to congratulate him yesterday, because he is the father of everybody, irrespective of your party, your tribe, your ethnic, whatever. Yes. or your religion.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, we have something here very, very interesting.
Yeah,
the president saying that he felt reluctant congratulating Obaseki, the winner of the September 19 poll in Edo State.
Hey, any announcement after the actual church service, we call it Otutu Okwadro no Kamwede. It's just like after a man, was killed, you come in again to bring prescription to him, somebody that is dead, so that he will wake up. I'm telling you, it was his mind for APC to capture Edo State. This one is an announcement after the real deal has been done. I tell you, I don't believe in this. It's not a true talk. It is one of those his political promises he made to us in 2015. Then he later came and tell us it was just a political promises. He promised Nigerians jobs, equipment of rice, 200 naira. Now he later, my brother, let me tell you, he later denied it, said it was a political promises. Let me tell you, it is a dance of shame. No, dance of shame, yes. Accept defeat, you congratulate Obaseki, that is how it should be. It is like that in America. Obama congratulated Trump. Do you understand? When Trump beat, what do you call it, Republican beat Democrats. He said, yeah, we are going to study Trump's victory. Do you understand? We are following him. So even Jonathan congratulated him, accepted. So if Buhari makes such a statement, why are we just reading too much meaning on it? It doesn't mean anything.
Some Nigerians said President Muhammadu Buhari's congratulation message wasn't visible.
It wasn't visible because
through presidency.
Yes.
Through his media aids.
He did that at the back of curtain. Do you understand? He did it through somebody. He has not come out, to voice out openly and say congratulations Obaseki. So let me tell you, it was one of the craftiness of the Fulani nation. They always lie. They are subtle. They are crafty. They are wicked. I'm telling you, I don't spoil him good. I don't see anything good in him. I always say yes to the best, not the good. So it doesn't matter. Give me a good question. Let's
all right,
talk about
TUC, Nigerian workers all together will be coming out on Monday to protest the fuel hike, to protest against the bad government, to protest against unwanted government policies.
Okay,
what are your expectations?
These unwanted government policies, they are too stringent, they are just too hard, to bear. So what you see as a protest, I'm envisaging it to be a political impasse. Do you understand? Political impasse, political crisis. The labor, the TUC, they are supposed to, shut down the economy of this country, the system. Let them just bring down the economy. Let them bring down the government. Let anything work out. Start from Monday. If they are serious. Thank you. As it's happened in 1993, the Pengasans. Do you understand the energy, this branch of NNPC? They went down to and crippled Babangida's regime over annulment of June 12th. Then Abacha's regime, do you understand, over what we all read then as total dictatorship. That was when the military junta started, pounding it hard on Nigerians. We have no say there. Then the TUC and the labor, they carried out the day. They used all manner of forces, do you understand, tactics to shut down the system, the economy of this country during the Abacha regime and the Babangida regime. They did very well.
And do you foresee it in this present regime?
I'm foreseeing it.
Of course, the crackdown on protesters has always been a big issue. That's which is why.
Do you see it this time around? No. The man is more undemocratic than the then military regime of Abacha and Babangida. Buhari this time around is more. His regime is more tyrannical, more hostile, more undemocratic than the previous military junta administration of Babangida and Abacha. I'm not seeing this administration as a democratic setup. No. It's more or less military government, military regime. The man is too hard. The man is too insensitive. The man is too irresponsible. We are not seeing anything like democracy in play in this regime. I'm telling you. So if anybody comes out on Monday, be careful, because Nigerian police, Nigerian soldiers, they have been infiltrated by the Fulani, the hostile, the most barbaric tribe in Africa. If you come out there, those soldiers on uniform, they are the Fulanis, they're going to shoot you. So be careful if you're coming out to protest. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you so much for keeping in touch with today on this platform. Join us next time on the same channel. Michael Adigwe is my name. Of course, we have Festus always behind the camera. Please real with us. You can subscribe to our sister channel, 50 Plus. You can also join me on Facebook, Michael Adigwe. Viewers across the globe, have a good weekend. Bye for now.